Happy Monday. We're on a huge one-game winning streak. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. It is Monday, baby. That's right, the start of a new week. We need a new fresh start. That was absolutely insane on Friday. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But a quick announcement on the channel. We are thinking about doing some golf videos. So maybe popping out a video every Wednesday or some day during the week before the tournament starts, giving you our best bets, breaking down the field, breaking down the course, things like that. I just released bets for this tournament that's been going on Discord, on Twitter, and so far so good. And I've been a golf fan forever. So leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys are interested. But I think that'll be a lot of fun, giving you guys some outright winners, top tens, top 20s, things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to it because I love following some golf. So, anyways, Jabo MVPs. We got a couple new ones, and let's pull it up. All right, there we go. The two new Jabo MVPs. We got at Kamar Brown IH1MP and at Jive Bark. I know Jive Bark's been listening for quite a while and commenting. Thank you to both of you. We really appreciate the support. And if you want to be a Jabo MVP, it is only $2.99 a month. It just helps to support the channel. I mean, like I mentioned before, we put like 50 hours a week into this channel. And hopefully you guys like the info, and hopefully you guys get a lot of helpful information out of it. So if you guys want to join, hit that join button. The link is in the description now. Make it a lot easier for you guys to do it on the phone and everything. So, but really quick, back to Friday last week. My goodness, that was a wild, historic weekend in the NBA on Friday. Blowouts galore. There were 14 games. 10 of the 14 had a 13-point difference or higher. We're talking 29, 34, 24, 36, 27, 13, 16, 36, 16, and 14. Those were the point differences in those games, in 10 of the 14. It was absolutely bonkers. It was every NBA bettor and handicapper's nightmare. It really was. It was awful. I mean, most people I see out there, I mean, obviously there are some people that still did good, but they struggled. I mean, they had losing days, and I was definitely one of them. So we moved on from that, and we got a winner on Saturday. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I'm ready to get into it. We got about 6 games on Monday. We're gonna have a better week. Last week was a little, a little speed bump, but we'll get back into it. Still profitable on the season. So in this video, we got the weekend bets recap. We'll go through all that, and then Monday, as you know, is point guard day. We will talk about the defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position in the last 15 days. Then we're going to go over our best bets, and I'm going to take a little different approach this week. I'm going to do a little bit more quality over quantity. I've been fine tuning some under bets and things like that also. So we're gonna see where this goes this week, but I have a good feeling about it. So and then we'll of course finish it all up with the bets recap. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, help this channel grow as we inch closer to 20,000 subscribers in our first 17 months. It's been absolutely unbelievable. It's been a fun ride, and you guys are awesome, positive, so we appreciate it. So I'm ready to get into it, and it starts with the bets recap. All right, we got to start out with that terrible Friday. Jalen Johnson of the Hawks over 28.5 PRAs. He fell short. Didn't play as many minutes. He could have played better too, though. I'm not just blaming that only on the blowout, but the Pacers beat him by like 40. It was just ugly, and he didn't play as much of the fourth as I wanted. But 5-point teaser, Thunder money line. They came out absolutely flat. We're down by about 100 at halftime and came back to almost have a chance to win it. But they just dug themselves too big of a hole. Mavs got the job done easily, even without Lively and Luca. And then this one hurts me. It still hurts me today. Tyrese Halliburton, 11 plus assists. That was an easy winner. Very easy. Early third quarter. Quickly, 12 plus points. Easy. I think he scored 20 or maybe over 20. And then I just threw in Julius Randle 20 plus points because I needed to reduce the odds. And guess which leg lost? Julius Randle. He scored 8 freaking points. Again, I repeat, he had 20 plus points in 19 straight games. I said that in the video. Um, I, I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was absolutely insane. I cannot believe that I was the one to break his 19 game streak of scoring 20 or more points. But welcome to basketball betting. And then the Friday parlay, it was another loss. But to be honest, we hit 3 of 4 legs. We were just a few PRAs away with OG Ananobi, who just completely let us down. It was a no-show for that one. All we needed was 18. I think he ended with 14 or I don't know, something like that. But anyways, hit 3 or 4 legs, but we were close to hitting that parlay. Didn't work. And then Saturday, we changed it up. We gave an under parlay, was maybe one of the easiest winners of the entire year. Middleton under 6.5 rebounds. He ended with like a couple, I think. It was not hard at all. Miles Turner under 8.5. He had four for just ever, and then the last like 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, he decided to get three and get up to seven. But still, pretty easy winner there. So put that together, minus 118. That was our one win. And then down there on the bottom, that's the breakdown of all the bets. In case you're new, of what we've been doing. We're still up 7.5 units for how crazy the NBA has been the last couple weeks. We got to get better though. We're due for a hot streak. It's been tough. Like I said, we're gonna change it up a little bit probably and have a little more quality. If you see some days where it's two bets that I just absolutely love, or maybe two or three on a big day, sometimes that happens. I just want to make sure that I don't force any bets. So that's what we got though. That's the bets recap for the weekend. And now let's talk some point guards. All right, let's dive into the research. Over there on the left, the 10 teams giving up the most points to the point guard position in the last 15 days. The Spurs, the only team to give up over 30, with the Suns right behind them, surprisingly, at almost 30 points per game to the point guard. Nets, Wizards, so on and so on. And then over there on the right, you got the man Luca averaging 37.6. These are all the point guards averaging the most points per game in the last 15 days, just to kind of give you a head start with your research and bets. SGA 33.9, just been unreal, even though the Thunder have struggled the last two games. And then Cade, who's had a really good season in his second year. Fox, Brunson, no real surprises here. Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young, a lot of the same guys. But that's the points to the point guard position. Take a screenshot. Let's go check out the rebounds now. We got the Blazers, the only team giving up over 8 rebounds per game to the point guard position. That is just not very good at all. And then over there on the right, how about SGA? That's right, skinny little SGA knows how to rebound. He is just a baller. He knows how to play basketball, averaging 7 rebounds per game as a point guard. And then Luka 6'6", Russell Westbrook even in limited minutes averaging 6.2. And then our boy, who we is still not inducted yet into the Hall of Fame. He is in there. We just haven't had the ceremony. There's just been scheduling conflicts, and his family hasn't been able to make it and things like that. But we'll get there. Kobe White, 6 rebounds per game, so on and so on. So that's the rebounds. Let's check out the assists now. Raptors, Knicks, Heat. We got 7 teams giving up over 10 assists per game to the point guard position, and there's no one better on planet Earth at assists than Tyrese freaking Halliburton. He is unbelievable. That game against the Hawks, I thought he was going to get like 30 assists at one point. He has a 14.4 assists per game in the last 15 days, followed by James Harden, just quietly kind of having a good season there in LA that nobody's really talking about too much. But Trae Young, Luca, the same kind of guys. Scoot Henderson's been playing a lot more point guard in Portland, moving Anthony Simons over to the shooting guard. He's playing better, definitely. I mean, he can't play worse than how he did at the beginning of the year. It's pretty ugly. Then Van Vliet for the Raptors, Brunson, so on and so on. So that's the point guard position for Monday. If you are new, we like to do a new position every single day. Wednesdays, we talk hot shooters from downtown. And then Friday, we usually take a peek inside the lines with against the spread and over under. So that's what we got for the research today. Let's get into the best bets. All right, bet number one takes us out to Miami, Florida. We got the Miami Heat hosting the Houston Rockets. Heat minus 4.5, total 218 in this game. Rockets 20, 12, and 2 against the spread, 6, 6, and 1 ATS on the road. Heat 16 and 19 ATS, and then terrible 5 and 10 against the spread at home. Over under, we got two under teams. Rockets 19 and 14 to the under. Heat 19 and 16 to the under. No Jimmy Butler in this game. As you guys know, he's been out for a while, but he's still going to be out. And I got a player prop for you. My best bet in this game is Alperen Şengün under 22.5 points at minus 104 on FanDuel. Now, Şengün is a center for the Rockets, for those of you that don't know. And I know we got an under, but just stay with me here. He averages 21.7 points per game. So he's averaging a little less than this, which means he needs to score more than this if he wants to go over, but he is facing the Miami Heat. They have given up the least points to the center position in the last 30 days at 18.34. Only 18 points per game to the center position. And if you want to go over the course of the season, just to show it's not a fluke, they are giving up the second fewest points to centers over the course of the season at 19.33. So he's also faced Bam Adebayo twice. He's faced the Heat a couple more times than twice, but Adebayo wasn't playing in all of them. In those two games against Bam, it was 12 and 13 points scored. I know one or two of them were last year, and it's a different season, but guys, it's still the same player. And he also faced the Heat one other game with full minutes when Adebayo was out, and he scored 12 points. So the Miami Heat, Spoelstra, these guys know how to guard or protect the paint and defend centers. They always have. He didn't take a ton of shots in those games. He didn't get a lot up. He got 12 and 9 shots up. Obviously, he shoots a little bit more this year than usual, so that's not the only part of the handicap. I mean, that's just a little part of the handicap. There's a lot to this. But on top of this being an awful matchup for him, these are two of the five slowest teams in the NBA. We're talking 26th and 27th in pace, hence the total at 218. So he's been under this total in only 4 of the last 10 and only 2 of the last 8. So if you're somebody who loves the last 5, loves the last 10, you're going to look at this and think I'm absolutely crazy because that means he's gone over this 22 and a half line in 6 of the last 10 and 6 of the last 8. So, you know what? If I can't just do last 5, last 10, there's different parts to my handicap. And on this one on the under, it's the matchup. Bam Adebayo is too physical, too strong for Şengün, in my opinion. The Heat are very, very good at protecting the paint, protecting the rim. And Şengün's not a guy who takes like 6, 7 threes a game or anything. In fact, I don't even think he's hit a three in the last 4 games combined or something like that. So I think the Heat take care of business here. And obviously, if it is a blowout, one way or the other, that also helps the under. So give me Şengün under 22 and a half points for the 4th straight game versus the Miami Heat as my first bet. All right, this second game takes us out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got the Bucks hosting the Utah Jazz. Bucks minus 9.5. Total in this game is a whopping 245. Against the spread, Jazz 20, 16, and 1. 8, 12, and 1 ATS on the road. And then you got the Bucks. They are 15, 20, and 1 ATS this year. 7, 10, and 1 against the spread at home. Over under Jazz 19 and 7 to the over, Bucks 22 and 14 to the over. One of the best over teams in the NBA, as we've talked about before. But I'm taking a player prop in this one, and it's the Greek Freak. He is a man on a mission. Give me Giannis over 35 and a half points at minus 120 on FanDuel. I also like his points plus rebounds. There's a decision between points plus rebounds or just points. Ultimately, I just went with points. But man, oh man, ever since I bet an under on this guy, it's like it motivated him because the last 2 games have been unbelievable. He has scored 44 and 48 points the last 2. And that 48 was against a good Houston Rockets defense. So that's pretty impressive. No Lillard in this game. If you don't know already, it says personal reasons. I don't know what's going on with Lillard, but he is not the same player. He is not who they probably expected when they traded for him. Doesn't play defense, real streaky shooter, and that's kind of all he is right now. But either way, no Lillard means more and more volume for Giannis. I think he's going to take like 100 shots this game, to be honest with you. And by shots, I mean dunks, because he doesn't really shoot. He just dunks from the free throw line or wherever he wants to. But in the 2 games without Lillard this season, he scored 35 right on this line versus the Magic. But the Magic allow the 8th fewest points to the power forward position. They are a top 5 defensive team overall. So obviously that's a tougher matchup than what he has here, and he still scored 35. And then he played the Pacers in one of them, and we know is one of his amazing games. 54 points against a Pacers team that is better now against power forwards. They know how to defend Giannis a little bit better, but he still did well. He took 22 and 25 shots in those 2 games. And part of my handicap, and if you don't agree with this part of the handicap, I completely get it. And, if that scares you off, but I know some of you people are thinking, well, this could be a blowout. It very well could be. But part of my handicap is that I don't really think this is going to be a blowout. And to be completely transparent with you guys, I almost took the Thunder and the Jazz as a 5-point teaser as a best bet today. I would have taken the Jazz up to plus 14 and a half. I think the Jazz can kind of keep this close. They're fully healthy. And we're talking about a Bucks team that like went down to the wire with the Spurs, don't play any defense, and now don't have Lillard. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as massive of a blowout as people think, which obviously helps this over on points scored. But also on the Bucks, Middleton's not the same player. He's just a shell of himself right now. He's not getting rebounds, not consistently scoring. He's just kind of out there right now. So I think it's going to be all Giannis all the time. It also helps keep it close if Middleton has another bad game. So I just decided that Giannis is the guy. And if they're going to win this game and win it kind of going away, he's probably going to at least get near 35. Yeah, I mean, you would think he's going to take over 20 shots. This guy's been fun to watch, man. He is just every single night out there, he shows passion, he shows aggressiveness, and it's fun to watch because you don't have NBA players like that every single night. So, also on the Jazz, we're talking John Collins, and is playing center now for them in the last 5 games. Which, by the way, I almost had a lean towards John Collins over points plus rebounds just because he is the center getting a few more chances. And then Lauri Markkanen. I mean, these guys are not going to stop him, guys. This Jazz team struggles versus power forwards. They give up a ton of points to them. and now you got John Collins trying to stop him at the rim. It just ain't happening, or Laurie, whoever it is. So I think Giannis has his way with the Utah Jazz. So give me Giannis over 35.5 points at minus 120 on FanDuel. I think it's 36.5 or almost there on DraftKings. I still like it there. I would not be shocked if this guy puts up 40 or even 45 or 50. So give me Giannis as my second best bet. And let's go to the bets recap. All right, before we go over the bets recap, I just have to say go UW Huskies playing for the national title. Our boys from my neck of the woods. Hopefully they can take down Michigan and Jim Harbaugh because I hate everything about Michigan as an Ohio State fan too. So, anyways, just had to point that out. Go UW. We got Alperen Şengün under 22.5 points. Then we got Giannis, the Greek freak, over 35.5 points. Short, tidy, only a 6-game slate. I told you I'm not going to be giving out a ton of bets. I got to really feel good about them when I do give them out. But if I do have another added one that I like, it will be in the pinned comments below. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, we got a new week, fresh start. Let's get some winners this week. And we got NFL videos coming later this week. Stay tuned for that. But we're going to be breaking down every single NFL playoff game. It's going to be a ton of fun. Nothing better than playoff football. So that's what we got for you today. I hope everyone has a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.